What is up, Token Metrics family, and welcome back to another episode of NFT Gems. I'm your host, Jacob Koch-Gallup, an investment and NFT analyst here at Token Metrics, and today we're going to be talking about 4 projects, 2 NFT projects that scored very well based on our fundamental review process, and 2 pre-mint projects that you should definitely keep an eye on. We can get started right away. Let me share my screen and we can start talking about Space Runners. So Space Runners is a metaverse fashion brand and it scored an 86% based on our fundamental review process. This is one of the highest scoring projects we've seen. Space Runners is built on the Solana blockchain and it aims to be the first NFT fashion brand designed for the metaverse in collaboration with high quality artists and brands. It designs and launches digitally wearable NFTs that can be directly plugged and played into various metaverses. So we can take a look at their first in Genesis collection. It is the Space Runners X NBA Champions collection, which features fully customized 3D digital sneakers, which was launched in collaboration with NBA champions Kyle Kuzma and Nick Young. This collection includes 10,000 NFTs, which offer holders access to exclusive events, immediate whitelists for future collections, access to the Space token airdrop, augmented reality, and social media filters. So Space Runner's goal is to build the first end-to-end fashion ecosystem on a blockchain. They want to be the largest supplier of interoperable fashion items for different metaverses and games. And the team believes that they can gamify fashion for the first time ever by creating what they call a wear-to-earn economy, where users are incentivized and rewarded for being fashionable in the metaverse. What's very interesting is that just recently, about a few days ago, Space Runners secured $10 million in funding. This was on March 7th, 2022, which was co-led by Polychain Capital, Pantera Capital, along with some angel investors, which included Yat Su, who's the co-founder and chairman of Animica Brands, and Justin Kan, the co-founder of Twitch and Fractal. So we can go back, look at Space Runners again. So Space Runners, we can take a look at their team. The co-founder and CEO is Denise Osger, who has 5 years blockchain and growth experience and is the ex-CEO of a metaverse startup. Denise is joined by co-founder and COO Juan So, who has 5 years of consulting experience at McKinsey. He's also ex-Google, ex-Bain, and is also the ex-CEO of a metaverse startup. They're joined by CTO Mert Beyaz, who has 4 years of experience in blockchain technology and more than 8 years of experience in full stack development. Miju Kim is the creative director and has 10 plus years of experience in art directing and visual arts, including they were a lecturer of arts at UNC Chapel Hill. We can look at Brian Kirst, who's the front-end developer. He has 6 years of experience as a programmer at Google, Shopify, IBM, Zendesk, and the team's software architect, Ahmet Yildirim, has 5 plus years in blockchain integrations, core engine, and smart contract development, and he's worked at Goldman Sachs and the Ethereum Foundation. We can take a look at Magic Eden, which is the Solana marketplace for the Space Runners. Currently, the floor price is 7.45 SOL. This project minted on December 22nd, 2021 at a mint price of 5 Solana. And you can see there's a total volume of 122,000 Solana traded. This project scored very well on community as they have 142,000 followers on Twitter, 320,000 followers on Instagram, and 123,000 members in their Discord. So a very, very, very large community. We can take a look at their roadmap and see what they're planning on doing, which also gives utility and innovation for the NFT holders. So holders of these first Genesis Space Runners get access to these member-only benefits, such as winning a raffle to NBA parties, NBA basketball games, signed Kyle Kuzma and Nick Young merchandise. Like I mentioned before, auto whitelist to Space Runners' next drops. You can see here they're planning on adding NFT staking to unlocked abilities and in the future unlock space tokens. They're planning on integrating with other metaverses, having a second NFT collection drop they're currently whitelisting for that. So you can try to get in their Discord and try to get that whitelist spot. And yeah, in the future, you can see they're actually creating a space verse, which is going to be their own fashion metaverse. So they have a lot in store, especially with their new acquired $10 million and new very strong, high quality partners at these VC firms. Definitely a project that is high quality, has a future, and already has great network effect through all the celebrities and NBA players who are a part of this project. And we can move right along to our next project, CyberBrokers. This scored a 77% and is a profile picture metaverse project. This was created by Josie Bellini. It's a series of 10,001 on-chain NFT collectibles that provides membership and access to different kinds of metaverse experiences. Every cyber broker is a piece of art and has varying traits and accessories. Josie Bellini is a very popular artist, so by owning one of these, you hold a Bellini art piece. And what really makes this project stand out is, like I mentioned before, it's an on-chain. It's fully on-chain. And it's one of the very few NFT projects that's fully on-chained. What this exactly means is that all of the metadata, everything, all the coding that stores all the qualities of each NFT is stored entirely on the Ethereum blockchain. Most other projects are stored off-chain, so they have maybe just 25 to 50% of the data, the metadata stored on the blockchain, and then the rest is stored either off-site in a hardware storage or stored on the cloud. The cloud is a very popular option, but if the cloud goes down or if the hardware storage burns down or something, then these NFT data is gone. However, if it's stored directly on the Ethereum blockchain, then it's pretty much foolproof. And it's actually been very hard to, and it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of data, it takes a lot of coding, it takes a lot of money to make on-chain NFTs. So if you've seen on-chain NFTs in the past, such as Avastars, Avagochi, Chain Runners, these are all they're good projects, but the art is low quality because it's either pixelated, like in the style of pixelated, but it's not really like a full art project because it takes a lot of code to put this entire art project. So what makes CyberBroker stand out? It's the highest quality on-chain NFTs that we've seen so far. I mean, as you can see right here, it's real art. It's really cool. It'd be cool art if it wasn't on-chain, but it's fully on-chain. So it's definitely super innovative in that respect. And also what's interesting is that CyberBroker has been in development since 2020. So it's actually one of the first NFT projects ever. It just took them so long, so much time, so much coding to fully release this project. It was released and minted on March 3rd, 2022 at a mint price of 0.35 ETH. The floor price currently is 4.32 ETH with already 16,000 Ethereum volume traded in just the past week and a half. So it's definitely a project that's taken a lot of steam. I'm seeing everyone talking about it on NFT Twitter. And yeah, it's scored very well on team, not so well on community. It's a tight-knit community, but it's pretty small. The Twitter only has 12,000 followers and Discord has 17,000 members. So it's one of the smaller projects we've seen, but it's very innovative. There's a lot of smart money wallets, a lot of smart money Twitter, and the liquidity is very high. And utility, you're asking, well, what does this do besides it being a piece of art? What's the utility of this project? So right now, there hasn't been a roadmap. There's not much said about the utility of this NFT. The team said that they don't want to publish an official roadmap yet because they don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. However, due to the coding of these NFTs, they're going to be completely customizable. So if you take your CyberBroker into a metaverse game and you get a sword as an NFT or something, you can add that sword to your NFT while maintaining your original copy of the NFT in game. And something very interesting also is that founder Josie Bellini, she is also the founder of another project called Mirrorware. And Mirrorware is a limited editions digital goods brand that is interoperable in metaverse experiences. She's kind of created these side by side so that they can interact with each other. So she's definitely noted in the future that there will be an enhanced layer for CyberBrokers, and there's definitely going to be some synergies between these two projects. I think we can look at the team real quick, and then we can move on to our pre-mint projects. So the team starting off, we see Josie Bellini. She's been creating art in Web3 since 2017. Her work has been sold at Christie's and Sotheby's and featured on Obama.org. She is joined by Ben Hydorn, he's a blockchain engineer, game developer, and programmer with 14 years of professional experience. He's currently the CTO of Blockade Games and a co-creator of Neon District, Plasma Bears, Pineapple Arcade, and Ledger of Sasbo. You've probably heard of Plasma Bears before. If you're into the NFT space, that's a popular project. And they're both joined by Christopher Chapman, who has produced award-winning works for Universal Pictures, Hasbro, Hewlett-Packard, Motorola, Disney, and much more. So definitely a high-quality team. It's really been taking off in the past few days, especially since it's only been a week since minting at 0.35 and now trading at 4.35, so more than 10x. So definitely a project to look out for. I'm assuming it's going to be kind of an industry leader, as it's really one of the first high quality art on-chain NFT projects. So I'm looking forward to what they're going to be doing in the future, especially with Mirrorware, the digital goods brand that's interoperable in the metaverse. Now, this next project is super interesting. It's called Illogics. It's a collection of 8,800 randomly generated NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. And instead of having one base model and adding different character attributes to it, this project features 10 different character models, each with its own set of colors, trait combinations that's going to differ from the rest. And what really stands about this project is that the mint is going to be 100% free for both whitelists and public sale. That's really kind of something super important that this project is aiming at. They really want to create innovative tech, fairness, and transparency. So they said, hey, what's with these high mint prices? Let's create an experience that's going to draw either newbies or professionals in the NFT space in, because it's a very low barrier to entry. You really just have to pay the gas fees because it's free to mint. This is a pre-mint project, so it hasn't minted yet. And it has so much utility that it's kind of crazy that a free pre-mint project already has this much utility in this large of a roadmap. We can look at the utility. So first of all, the one is you can earn Goop tokens by holding an Illogic NFT. So you're going to earn 10 Goop daily per Illogic, and then after staking your Illogic. So that's the first thing. The next thing is, all these NFT projects promise you these tokens that really don't do much. What's actually the utility of these tokens that you earn by staking your Illogic? So they're creating a Goop ecosystem, which is one, you can exchange for whitelists for their partnered projects. So instead of just holding the NFT, getting access to the whitelist of other projects that they're partnered with, now you actually can just spend your Goop to get these whitelists. You can also get access to potions, to merchandise, to rerolls. So what exactly are potions? We can talk about that. Well, actually, first of all, let's talk about reroll, because that's something super cool that I don't think I've seen in any other project. So reroll feature is pretty much a way to restart, reroll, get a new NFT if you don't like yours after reveal. So 20 days after the reveal, at the cost of 50 Goop per roll, NFT holders can re-roll, which means resetting your complete metadata and changing all of your characteristics of your NFT. You can do this 4 times, and after the 20 days after reveal, you can never do this again. So this is kind of gambling. You can either get a much rarer NFT or a much less rare NFT by re-rolling. I think it's super innovative, super cool idea. Definitely something that if I get this project, I might have to re-roll one just to see how it works. We can look at weekly raffles. So this is you're spending 10 Goop, get access to these raffle tickets, which they're going to then provide you with free NFTs. Merchandise, we've seen this with a lot of other NFT projects. The merchandise does look pretty cool. Whitelist shop and coming soon. This is what I want to talk about, is their potions. So this is very similar to the Bored Ape Yacht Club serums. They're having V1, V2, and V3 potions, which are available to purchase using Goop. As you can see, 250 Goop per V1, 1,000 for V2, 2,500 for V3. What this does is very similar to Bored Ape. So like Mutant Ape Yacht Club, you can change your Illogic to be an unearthly being. Your Illogic will receive new traits, colors, and features, and it's going to be really cool art. And this is actually going to provide you with 2 separate NFTs. So you still get to keep your original Illogic, but then you also get your transform Illogic, which is very cool. These potions are also going to be separate NFTs that are sellable on OpenSea. So it's you're kind of just spending your goop to get some Ethereum back if you just want to sell those potions. Once these potions sell out, the only way to obtain them is through OpenSea. Let's look at the team, because this is a pre-mint project and a lot of times they're not doxed or it's a shitty team and they're just promising a lot. But we can look at their team because they have an entire white paper. You can go through their Notion and look through their white paper. But first of all, it's created by Timmy Drift, who's a Toronto-based artist, designer, and muralist. And so if you look at their cool NFTs, he actually does murals with these with spray paint and paint on the walls. So that's kind of inspired the art. We can then look at growth for the project. Fish Food, or in Web2 name, is Patrick Workman. He is currently doing partnerships at Google. He's worked at Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Experian previously. So very high quality all-star team member right there who's literally doing partnerships at Google. And then they're joined by 3 other Docs members. You can take a look at all 3 of their LinkedIns. Then 7 pseudonymous team members, including 5 developers. So the developers aren't doxed, which I don't like, but as the artist and 4 other docs members, that will hold some accountability, especially if there's a Google member on the board. And so when is this coming? This is planning to be launched in Q1 of 2022. There's going to be 8,888 of these NFTs and completely free. So definitely great. You can try to get into their Discord. They're sending out links occasionally through their Twitter with Discord links, so you have to hop into that immediately. Currently, it has about 10,000 followers on Twitter, so it's definitely more of a low-key project. But with this much utility, team member who's partnerships at Google, and it's pretty cool art. I think it'll definitely, the second it mints for free, the floor price is probably going to be pretty decent on OpenSea. So this is definitely a project that I'm trying to get a whitelist for and catch that Discord link to hop in their Discord. And now let's talk about the last pre-mint project. This is called Moonbirds. As you can see, they only have 1,000 followers on Twitter. They're following 4 people and they have 0 tweets. So there's nothing about this besides it being a 10,000 NFT profile picture utility project, which is coming soon. So, okay, that's cool. All of these, there's so many projects like this. What makes this one special? So what makes this special is that it's a Proof XYZ project. Proof XYZ, or the Proof Collective, is a private members only collective of 1,000 dedicated NFT collectors and artists. The only way to join the Proof Collective is by owning the Proof Collective NFT, which gives access to their private Discord, access to the Proof podcast, in-person events, and other collaborations. We can take a look at OpenSea at this Proof Collective membership card. Currently, the floor price for a Proof Collective NFT, there's 1,000 of these, is 32.5 ETH, so more than $100,000 to be a member of the Proof Collective. So Proof Collective has done 2 other NFT projects. First, it was called Emotes by HeartU. We can take a look at that OpenSea. This is kind of just a collaborative NFT art project, not much utility, but it was made exclusively for Proof Collective holders and HeartU holders. We can see floor price is 0.4, 700 ETH in volume traded. Pretty cool art, not much to see. And then the last NFT project that they've done is Grails. And I thought this was fascinating, and you can see why. So what they did is, if you held one of the Proof Collective NFTs, that's the only way you could mint these. They could mint 1 Grail per 1 membership NFT. And the way they did it is they just showed 20 of these pieces of art, and they didn't show the artists. So it was kind of a lottery. It was kind of like, okay, which NFT do I like the best? Because some of these artists are more well-known, higher quality than others. So you just minted kind of an art that you liked and just hoped that it was a really famous or popular artist. They revealed who the artists were after the minting window closed. So we can see Gary Vee is one of the artists. Larva Labs is another artist. Gremplin, Tyler Hobbs, Tim Ferriss. So very cool art, very different styles, but with some very large names in the NFT community. We can look at how those are doing on OpenSea. Currently, there is a 2.75 ETH floor with 2,000 ETH in volume traded. So you can see their projects definitely do well. Let's go back to the Proof Collective and let me talk about their team. So the team, Proof Collective, is co-founded by Kevin Rose, who's a serial entrepreneur and technology investor. He was back in the early 2000s. He was host of Tech TV. He co-founded Revision 3, and he was a partner at Google Ventures. And he's been an angel investor to Twitter, Square, Foursquare, Nextdoor, Facebook, Zynga, and more. He's joined by co-founder and chief product officer Justin Mazel, who has been a designer and illustrator for the past 14 years and has done work for Google, Facebook, Twitter, PayPal, NASA, the New York Times, and more. And the COO of Proof Collective is Ryan Carson, who's been the CEO and founder of 3 companies and another nonprofit company over the last 22 years. We can go back to Moonbirds. So like I said, there's no information about the utility. There's no information about the project. We can see that it's probably going to be a pixelated-esque project. This is probably what the art is going to look like based on a best guess. But as we've seen how well Proof Collective's other projects have done and the all-star team, this is definitely a project to look forward to. And it's definitely something that I'm bringing to you guys super early because there's only 1,200 followers. There's 0 tweets. So I would go and follow this, hit their notification bell so you can be one of the first ones. I'm assuming it's not going to be exclusive to Proof Collective NFT holders because there's only 1,000 NFT holders and there's going to be 10,000 of these Moonbirds. So it might be their first public project ever. So I have very high hopes for this. It definitely is made by Proof XYZ. It's not a scam because you can look at their followers. It's followed by Ryan Carson, Justin Mezel, and a few other Proof XYZ members. So this is definitely great alpha. I would go follow this. I would also go follow me on Twitter at _CryptoJacob so you can find this alpha before it's posted on YouTube. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed my alpha, go follow me on Twitter. Go follow Token Metrics on Twitter. Go check out our website, tokenmetrics.com. We also send out all of this information a few days before in a newsletter called the NFT Cheat Sheet that's only available to our customers. So you get a subscription, you get access to all of our great AI research ratings and our platform, as well as a lot of research newsletters, one of them being the NFT newsletter. And yeah, comment down below if you have any suggestions, any comments, any concerns. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell on YouTube, and I will see you next week for the next episode of NFT Gems. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.